Hello, and welcome back to Women for Wealth. So, today I want to talk about the subscription economy trap. Subscriptions are death by a thousand cuts. You're going to have these monthly charges that are small amounts that honestly they get away from you. I had one that I didn't realize we paid $10 a month for 2 years on that now has a free option. Yeah, you gotta watch a couple commercials or listen to a couple commercials, but that's okay. I'd rather save the money because these subscriptions are, they're $10 here, they're $15 there. Cancel anytime they say. Month after month, that money leaves our account. There's no friction, there's no thought, there's no deliberate choice on your part. And it's not accidental, it's engineered this way. Subscriptions are dangerous, especially for women trying to gain wealth. The first thing is it's a low pain of purchase. It's $10, it's $12, it's $14. Your brain doesn't really register it as a real trade off because it's a small amount. It's out of sight spending. Once a subscription is set, it disappears into auto pay. We stop actively making the choice every month to spend that money. And also, just time scarcity. Women have a disproportionate cognition load. So what does that mean? That means we're busy doing all kinds of stuff. Most women are like me, they're working professionals and they have families and they have houses to take care of and they have dogs or pets and, right? As a female, you feel the weight of all this and you don't want to spend time canceling subscriptions. Let's be honest, to cancel a monthly subscription, you got to, first of all, pay attention and realize that you're paying it every month. Second of all, there's going to be friction to it. You're going to have to log in. You're going to have to remember your login, remember your password, might have to change your password. There's probably two-step authentication. Then when you finally get into whatever it is that you need to cancel, there's going to be 15 steps. It's not going to be easy. They make it difficult for you to complete. They make it difficult for you to find. I just had this One Hope Wine. They've been charging me $12 a year for a membership that I have been trying to cancel. And I've jumped through the hoops and jumped through the hoops. Thankfully, I kept a log of all the times I've contacted them and requested that this be canceled. So I took all those logs and I sent it to them and I was like, look, I have been trying for a very long time. You can see in the string below, I've been trying to cancel this membership. I was told 7 months ago it was canceled and you're still taking money out of my account. I want that money refunded and I want it truly canceled and I want it confirmed. And you know what she came back with? Oh, well, if you want to cancel, you have to do this survey. And I'm like, you know what? I did the survey in July of last year, but I will do the survey again. Because honestly, they didn't want to know what I thought about them at that point. But I told them, hey, you want me to complete a survey? I'm going to complete a survey. It's not going to be what you want to hear, though. You have forgotten expenses quietly, and some of them are compounding against you. So you're buying stuff that is then somehow compound interest to a credit card because let's say you have a subscription service, you're paying it through a credit card or you're paying it through PayPal, which is attached to a credit card. If you're not paying that off every month, you're going to be paying compound interest on top of the monthly subscription fee. You don't want to do this. Let's throw some money out there. So a person that I was coaching recently had 12 subscriptions, 12 that were about $15 a month. That's $180 a month. That's $2,160 a year. This person, if they had invested that money at 7%, which is below the average of the S&P or the Dow right now, but if they had gotten 7% interest over 20 years, they would have had over $90,000. So let me say that again. $15 a month times 12 subscriptions could have netted them over $90,000. if they had invested it in the stock market over 20 years. Let's talk about, the psychological tricks that they use. Many subscriptions, the way they sell it is not based on utility or function. They sell subscriptions to you based on your identity. And this especially works on women. It's, are you a learner? Do you want to learn something? Well, subscribe here and I'll teach you how to XYZ. Are you healthy? Do you need, vitamin monthly subscription or exercise monthly subscription? Another thing they like to trick you with is the I am organized identity or I am entrepreneurial identity. Y'all, I've been a small business owner for over 8 years. You don't have to pay someone to teach you how to do something. Um, you can get free training at your job. You can get free training on YouTube. You can get free training on the internet. There's no reason you have to do a monthly subscription service. Because a lot of times, if you have a subscription service where you're trying to focus on getting healthy, you don't want to cancel it, because if you cancel it, it feels like you're admitting failure. You're admitting that, you know what, I gave up on my health. And that's not true. You're letting go of a cost that you don't need to pay when there's free services available. The companies know this. They play the psychological game. They sell aspiration. They don't sell function. They don't sell utility. They sell identity. They sell aspiration. They sell to people what they think people want to be. Because, again, it's easier to trick you into subscribing for something. It's $10 a month. It's not a lot of money, is what they want you to think. And then again, canceling it, you feel like you failed. So a lot of times you're hesitant to cancel. Don't fall for their psychological tricks. Do not do it. Subscription businesses are around one metric, their monthly recurring revenue. It has nothing to do with making you healthier or helping your financial health. They make it easy to sign up. They make canceling very difficult. They add free trials to make it convenient. They do fragmented pricing, so no single charge feels large. So they'll charge you small amounts multiple times so that you don't feel the large amount. But it does add up over time. This isn't a moral thing. This has nothing to do with what's right or wrong. It's just a business model. But now that you know, knowledge is power. So here's what I hope you do. I hope you do like I do, and you go in to anything you have. Personal checking account. I've gone through it now twice. I went through it last month. I went through it just this morning, actually. And I canceled any recurring charges that I saw on there. All of them got canceled. And I hope you do that, because, subscription service don't necessarily increase your income when you cancel them. It's a fixed expense. It's a small amount. It's not large. But it adds up every quarter, if not every month. You need to be looking for these things, and you need to go through the effort of canceling. It's very important. You should not be paying someone else to get rich. You need to be on your wealth journey. You need to be making yourself and your family rich by not playing their games. Don't fall for their psychological tricks. Don't sign up for monthly recurring expenses and cancel all of them you can. Focus on what you can do. A lot of times these are all about convenience. A little bit of extra time and effort goes a long way and will save you a lot of money. Even if it's just $10 a month that you're investing, it goes back to the stat I gave you earlier. $15 a month times 12 subscriptions. If that had been invested instead, that would have been over $90,000 in 20 years. These things add up. Make sure you're using your money for your wealth. not making someone else wealthy. So focus on what you need, not the convenience of what you need. So, for example, instead of multiple streaming services, get a library card. Library cards are free. They have books, they have media, they have audio, they have so much in libraries now. And if there's something that you're interested in that they don't have, ask them. They can borrow whatever book or whatever video or whatever audio media you want to check out of the library. Libraries can borrow them from other libraries. So if there's something you're interested in, just ask and they'll just borrow it and have it brought in. And then you check it out. And again, libraries are free. Also, don't waste money on productivity apps. If you need something, there's a lot of free stuff out there. Get one tool, use it if you need something to keep you on task. Going back to the fitness apps, pick one sustainable habit. Just pick one. You don't have to buy vitamins. You don't have to buy weight loss drugs. You don't have to subscribe to a personal trainer. You don't need all this stuff. You have everything you need in this world free at your fingertips. Yeah, there might be ads that you have to watch or listen to, but just, Google it. There's so much out there that's free. There's no reason to pay for it. Have more discipline, have more ownership of your own time and what you do and your money. Canceling subscriptions might not feel dramatic to you. I know personally when I do, I get a dopamine hit from it. When I'm able to do something that helps my wealth journey, I do get a dopamine hit from it. I feel good if I can not just save money, but invest money. I feel good when I avoid spending money or avoid costs. And, it's something that I get excited about, but I understand not everybody does. But why should you do it? Why is it important? Canceling subscriptions might not be a dopamine hit for you, but it's important that you do because month by month, you are reducing your margin profitability. In addition, when you get rid of all these subscriptions, it's going to help your cash flow. It's going to lower your stress because you're not going to be paying credit card interest. And your options expand. Once you have financial stability, you have more options. You have more freedom. And that's really why we build wealth is so that we can have options and we can have freedom. Wealth is rarely built in big moments. Wealth is typically built through small tasks. Eliminate all those small leaks and eliminate all these subscription services. The subscription economy is one of the biggest money leaks that women see. And until you cancel them and get rid of them, you're not going to be able to see the profitability and the ability to buy more assets, the ability to invest, the ability for you to get on your wealth journey and be successful. So let me know down in the comments below, what subscriptions are you getting rid of? Are you like me? Are you getting rid of all of them just aggressively? Because that's what I'm doing. The Netflix, what else did I get rid of? Oh, Sleep With Me podcast. My husband was willing to get rid of that. So those are two examples that we canceled this morning. So I just want to know in the comments below, what monthly subscriptions are you canceling? Until next time, I wish you health and wealth.